On a Tuesday, I exported a change log I've exported maybe 200 times before. I was looking for a rest hour flag. I found one. I also found something I wasn't looking for, which is usually how it goes. The log was 90 days of Rota edits. Every change, every user, every timestamp, every original value, and every replacement. The system generates it automatically. I pull it into a spreadsheet, sort it, and scan it. Takes less time than making coffee. I sorted by user ID first, then by timestamp. Standard. And Garrett's column started to look like something. Not right away. I was about 4 minutes in before the shape showed up. His edits weren't distributed the way you'd expect from routine coverage corrections. They were clustered, always in the 48 to 72 hour window before the shift. Always after the standard swap request window had closed. Always the same slot type. I went back further. 6 months. Same window, same cluster, and never his own name, not once in the entire log. In 6 months of change history, Garrett's user ID had touched 111 schedule entries. Not one of them was his own shift. That's not unusual on its own. Managers don't typically edit their own slots. But I noted it anyway, because it would matter later. The slot I kept landing on was the Thursday opening. Station 7. 6 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. I built the notification routing for that shift 8 months ago, so I know exactly what runs during it. Every Thursday, the automated scanner system runs a compliance check. Any associate who doesn't complete a full scan cycle during that window gets flagged. The flag goes into the system automatically, generates a formal record, and if it happens twice in a quarter, it triggers a performance review. Most of the floor doesn't know the audit runs. It's not posted anywhere they'd see it. It's back-end. I know it because I set it up. I filtered Danny's individual schedule record and pulled up the last 4 months. I wanted to see the full picture before I moved to anything else. Danny had been at the facility for 2 years. She'd applied for team lead 3 times. She shows up on time. Not early, exactly on time, which some managers read as an attitude. In the last 16 weeks, she'd been placed in the Thursday station 7 slot 6 times. The floor-wide average for any single associate in that slot was about twice in the same period. 6 against 2. That number sat there while I opened the compliance flag reports. I pulled everyone flagged in the last quarter for scanner non-completion at Station 7. 3 names. All from that slot, all falling within Garrett's edit window. Danny was one of them. The flag had already generated a performance record. It was already in the system. I scrolled back to the top of the export and kept the cursor on Garrett's column. I wasn't going to move until I was certain I wasn't reading something into it. I looked at the timestamps again. The clustering held. It held across every month in the log. I opened next week's schedule draft. Garrett had submitted it the day before. Danny was in the Thursday station 7 slot. 6 in the morning, which was 14 hours after her Wednesday close. I pulled her weekly hour projection. With the Thursday shift included, she'd be at 44 hours for the week. Our rest hour policy flags anything over 42 for associates on variable contracts. Danny's on a variable contract. That was the reason. A legitimate, documentable, policy-compliant reason to move her. One that had nothing to do with what I just spent 40 minutes reading. This placement generates a rest hour flag, and rest hour flags are my job to catch before they post. That's all it was. I opened the edit field and changed her name to Marcus. He was a Thursday opener, standard certifications, 27 hours projected for the week. Clean placement. Anyone reviewing it from the outside would see a routine hour balance correction and nothing more. In the change reason field, I typed, "Rest hour projection exceeds variable contract threshold. Replaced with available associate within weekly limits." I saved the edit. The system logged it. My user ID, the timestamp, the original value, the replacement, the reason. All of it sitting in the same log I'd been reading. The badge reader on the coordinator office door had already logged me in at 10:04 that morning. If anyone wanted to verify the edit was made from my workstation during my shift, all of that was there. I thought about sending Garrett a message. I actually opened the ops chat and typed his name. Wrote about 6 sentences. What I'd found, what I'd done, why. Then I read it back and deleted all of it. Sending that tells him what I know and that I know it. And neither of those things does anything useful for Danny or for me. A clean edit with a logged reason is more durable than a conversation. The schedule posted at 4 in the afternoon. I watched it go live. Danny's name was in a different slot. Marcus was in Station 7. I don't know when Garrett checked it. I don't know what he did when he saw the change, whether he moved something else, whether he pulled the log and read my entry. He may have understood exactly what happened. He may have just noted it and adjusted. I couldn't see any of that. What I could see was the schedule. Over the next 2 weeks, Danny's name didn't appear in the Thursday Station 7 slot. It wasn't there the week after that either. I don't know what stopped it. Maybe the slot itself had become a liability once someone touched it with documented paperwork behind the change. Maybe he moved to something I hadn't mapped yet. I can only read what the export shows. I saved everything. The 90-day log, Danny's shift history, the compliance flag reports, my edit, and the reason I typed for it. I saved it to a folder that doesn't live on the facility's drive. I wasn't sure I'd need any of it. I'm still not. But a change log doesn't record what you meant to do. It records what you did. That holds for both of us equally. I had 2 more schedules to get through before 6. Both of them had rest hour flags, real ones, understaffing, nothing deliberate. I corrected them, documented the reasons, saved the exports, same as always. There are days when the log is just the log, and there are days when it has more in it than you went looking for. Either way, I pull it. That's the job. I keep reading.